Hello everyone, my name is Saksham Dikshit and this is my channel Pentest Diaries. Today I'll make another video on the same series of which you call it as a creative ideas, and in this I'll try to cover the concept which is a renowned one. Like everyone is talking about this technology which we call it as a GenAI. So how we can prepare, how, like if we're talking about, like if you're just a fresher or even if you are a working professional and want to switch in this field itself, so to become a GenAI professional, security professional, what are the things you're supposed to do it, and what are the prerequisites which everyone will have to take care of before proceeding further in this field so that they can excel a lot. Okay, so I'll try to cover these concepts in this video. This is basically an idea, this is my opinion which I just want to projected from my side, and I wanted everyone to get that understanding on it. And this is just a view from my side. This is nothing like this is nothing like I can say that the concept will be provided by either with the GenAI itself. Like this is just a view. Okay, so either you can take this view and go it forward with that, but this is the stuff which I feel like is most important. If a person is willing to work in this field itself, they require such type of thing. So going further with that, just for the growth itself, I can say like this is most innovative field right now. Like everyone is looking around for the GenAI, like whether you are aware about GenAI or not. So introduction, if I talk about like GenAI having a boom in multiple fields right now, they are getting integrated in multiple fields, like either in the field of red teamers, they are integrating a GenAI, either in the field of blue teamer, they are trying to utilize it, creating a signature, simulation, such type of thing. They try to get it achieved using a GenAI. Couple of things, when earlier we have to search a lot, solve the problem, but right now it's a bit easy with using a GenAI. You can get the solution faster. In case of development also, if you have identified any bug, want a solution, you can utilize the GenAI straightforward. So in couple of fields where exactly you can utilize the GenAI as per your need itself, even with the format of giving a question as a prompt, and you get the answer on top of it. But the thing is that if you're talking about like how to, like this is just a user's part. Like I'll be a user, I can utilize it, but if I want to work as a security professional in this field, how exactly, what are the things is looking for it. So we'll just try to get it, understand that why GenAI security on the rise, why is it going on the rise and itself, why it's keep on rising continuously. So enhancement of threat detection, that's one of the things. So threat detection is also one of the thing which is most important. Like earlier the signatures get it built on the basis of like when we analyze it, doing the research, we can get it created, but using a GenAI, the symmetry and the structure get it identify of the attack, and on the basis of that the detection can be get it. And for like taking example, any scenario you have provided, but it looks like 40% or whatever is it get it identified any logs, any hit, we are seeing such type of symmetry, then in that case we can get it identified. So detection is bit easy and enhanced level using a GenAI in case of appliances, in case of blue teaming section for it. Proactive security, so by analyzing a past attacks data and the threat intelligence, GenAI can predict the future threats and the vulnerabilities. That's most important. Like you have a database with you, you simply have to, like users have to simply learn, make your model learn about the previous attacks, the symmetry and everything about that, and whatever the intelligence you have it, and with the on the basis of that GenAI can predict the future threats. That's most important. Vulnerability, like take example, if anything is not appropriately working right now, so GenAI, using a GenAI itself, will get predicted like this may be a potential vulnerability in future itself. So that type of thing you can get it appropriately from using a GenAI. In case if we're talking about the proactive security context, this allows security teams to take a proactive approach, patching weaknesses before attackers exploit them. So that's one, like if it's highlight the problem, then definitely blue teamer can work on that section to solve that problem, to patch that problem before like any attacker can conduct an attack on it and can exploit that same vulnerability which the GenAI have already mapped, inform us about the vulnerability. We just have to get it, close that vulnerability before the attacker can attack on that. Using that vulnerability can exploit the whole infrastructure. Automation and efficiency, which I already talked about it, like that's also one of the thing. Automation is giving a edge using a GenAI itself. Like couple of things you can do it, like creating a content, or I can say that solving the bugs problem. Like when you have identified any bug, you wanted that how to get it solved, that what type of solution, multiple type of solutions supposed to get it from the GenAI. So that type of thing you can use it. Even whatever the task which you are doing it everyday basis. So that type of things also to be getting like taking care by the GenAI, with not only with the automation, like intelligence is over there. Like automation is one of the thing which you can create the code and can deploy, but the same type of stuffs can be did by that automation script every day. But if you want a brain over there itself, definitely you can utilize a GenAI over there itself along with that automation. By that way, the efficiency will be getting increased and you get the efficient result which you're looking for it. Going further with that, who is a GenAI security professional? So definitely we're talking about the professionals itself who are working in that field itself. So who are they? So solid cybersecurity foundation, that's most important. Like if you are aware about the cybersecurity a lot, you have at least a foundation of it, then definitely it's bit easy for you to work in this field, as it required the prerequisite. Like I say, this is a prerequisite for it. If you have a foundation understanding on cybersecurity, you can work appropriately in this field. Working knowledge of AI itself, that's also most like you should know like how exactly you can utilize the AI in this field itself. So that's most important. If you're not aware about it, so even if you want to work in this field, it's just either you have mug up the stuffs or just trying to get it utilized. Instead of that, you have to use your creative brain to know that if you're having a working knowledge of AI, then definitely you can use your creative brain in such a way. Now going further with that analytical mindset, which we have already discussed in our last option. Over here also, like once we are working in that section for it with having a knowledge of it, that like it's a straightforward thing. If you're aware about the stuff well, you have the prerequisite stuff knowledge about it, then in that case it's bit easy for you to make a mindset, okay, what type of thing, how can this problem will we get it solved using a GenAI. So that type of thinking, logical view you can develop once you have the understanding on both the stuffs. And adaptability and the continuous learning, that's most important in all the cases. Like when you are working on any technology, you definitely required a continuous learning on this field. Like if you're not learning it, so whatever the latest stuff is introduced in a market belongs to the technology, you're not aware about it. So if you're talking about like you're aware about the stuffs which is introduced in almost 2 years back in GenAI, so that is not at all be the ultimate thing. Now every day something new will be get introduced in a market and we want to be get it updated. So that was the reason continuous learning is also one of the prerequisites, I can say that, which if you want to be a security professional, you have to be up to date, so that in future aspects, whenever the crisis situation, any new things will be coming in front of you, you are aware about it as you are learning every day. Okay, going further with that, if you're talking about the key skills and the competency, the proficiency in AI and the ML, we have discussed about it already, that's most important. Mastery of AI and the ML concept is foundational of the GenAI, driving cybersecurity threats and developing effective countermeasures for it. So to get it, identify the attacks, to get it, making the appropriate countermeasures for it, you require a proficiency or mastery on AI and ML. Now talking about the expertise in cyber threat intelligence, that's also most important. GenAI security professional must possess the analysis, vast data sets and discern the anomalous patterns indicative of emerging threats, thereby enabling proactive threat mitigation itself. So that's also one of the thing, like just having expertise in a cybersecurity intelligence, that will also give you an enhancement in that case. Like when you we want to work in that section as a security professional in GenAI, then definitely if you have an understanding on having expertise in this field, especially in a cyber threat intelligence, then definitely you can utilize those skills and you can you can detect the threats very easily and can make it countermeasures for it. Okay, going further with that, similarities and the adversarial technologies. So understand the adversarial technologies including a generative AI, adversarial network GANs and the evasion tactics in independent civil for devising resilient defense strategies against the Gen AI driven attacks. Okay, that's also one of the core point for it when we're talking about a key skills which you require for it. Ethical hacking and the penetration testing. Proficiency in ethical hacking, like this is different from what you're talking about like a normal penetration testing. It should be going like on the way where you are utilizing the skills on an enhanced level. Like you're not talking about like you simply have to use one of PHP based application, try to perform the assessments on it. I'm talking about over here where you have a understanding on the penetration testing and can get it utilize how to get it integrate with that in case of GenAI. So penetration testing methodologies, professionals with a request skills to identify the vulnerabilities in AI systems and assesses there to exploit by malicious actors. So like using that, that's a piece request for it to identify the vulnerabilities. So if you have the understanding on the ethical hacking and the penetration testing, you can get it identify the vulnerabilities very well using AI systems and assess. Even you can exploit that malicious actor also. So even that's one of the things. So utilizing both the stuffs along with that, if you having it, then definitely this will enhance your skills and you will call you as a GenAI professional, security professional especially. Going further with that, if we're talking about the strategies for the preparation, so these are the strategies I'm talking about. I'll go start with talking with that continuous learning and the skill development. Then we talk about the hands-on experience, collaboration and networking, specialized training programs, develop soft skills, explore AI and the machine learning, and then building a strong cybersecurity foundation. So I'll just start with a strong cybersecurity foundation that's most important required. Like if you have a proper understanding on the cybersecurity, then in that case, basically you can work in that section and you can visualize the stuff how exactly it will have the impact. Like you can able to identify the impact only when you have the understanding on the cybersecurity appropriately. Exploring AI and the machine learning, which we have already discussed about it, that's also most important. As we understand the concept, especially applied to the cybersecurity, if we are understanding on it, we can get it utilized directly appropriately. Develop soft skills. Communication, collaboration. 1 minute. And critical thinking skills are essential for effectively integrating GenAI into security operations and communicating complex technical concepts to stakeholders. So that's one of the like just to get it build something, just to get it identify something, to solve something, that's one of the thing. But you should develop a soft skill so that you can present that in front of CXO level guys so that they can able to understand what's the problem statement and how you solve the problem for them. Okay, so expressing your skills, your views in front of executive levels, that's also most important. That type of thing you require to be get it developed. Specialized training programs, that's most important. Like most of the persons are just going with few trainings, freeware trainings on GenAI, and they think like we are aware about everything. No, that's not feasible. Like if you are already importing one of the model and try to run few scripts over there or in prompt, you're trying to put some questions and getting the answer for it, and by that way you are thinking like you are aware about, you know everything about GenAI, that's not feasible. You require a specialized training for that so that you can able to understand how exactly things will go on. Like to train the whole organization is not possible, but the thing is that a specialized team whom we are providing a training, then definitely they will be able to understand the GenAI well, and they can know like how exactly and what are the use cases for it. So use cases and along with that understanding on it is most important for it to utilize it in an enterprise environment. Going further with that, collaboration and the networking. So collaboration is one of the things which is most important. Like talking about like if we're talking about like different fields, if you are working with a multiple teams together itself, then at that time the collaboration and sharing the information with them, just get that understanding, make them aware about it. Like these are the bigger challenges and how we can solve the problem for it. So collaboration is one of the most important thing which is required over there itself just to solve this problem. If we are not appropriately working, then definitely this will not solve the problem. Like if you're working like individual player and you do not interact with your other team members or other teams also, then in that case it's creating a problem in later phase. Whosoever the fields you are not aware about it, definitely they can't help you as they're not aware about the GenAI and you're not aware about their fields. So that is most important. You have to make it an appropriate networking setup over there itself in the context of social networking type of thing, where I'm not talking about you have to chat with them on Facebook, but the thing is that you have a proper networking where you are aware about the weaknesses of it and how to get it overcome that. In my case, I will give it an idea about it when I'm working with another team itself. So when I'm interacting with them, I'll definitely ask them like what are the challenges they are facing it. On the basis of that, I'll try to see like how can I solve the problem. So whenever I join any organization, like when I'm interacting with them, so I'll just try to understand first thing like what type of problem they are having it. They are just having, is there any solution for it? If a solution is there, whether what are the things I am aware about it, whether utilizing that we can solve the problem or not. So those are the main thing which I'm just thinking about it. Not like we simply have to go with blank mind and just going further with that. Okay, we can't solve the problem and we are pointing a finger on them. We can able to understand first, like if they are not able to solve the problem, what is the root cause behind it, and how to we can solve the problem for it. That is most important. Hands-on experience is one of the most important thing. So hands-on experience, like basically if you're having the hands-on experience, definitely you can know the real world simulations aware about it and how to get it utilize your skills. So having a learning, having a skills, but to be get it utilized somewhere, that's most important thing. Hands-on experience is one of the core stuff which everyone should be like everyone should have a experience on it. Then only you can utilize the skills appropriately. And continuous learning, which we have already discussed about it, that's most important. Like we require the continuous learning so that you are aware about the latest threats, you are aware about the stuffs, how to make it the stuffs which is not feasible earlier, but now there are a couple of things that people are creating it. Then utilizing that, you can optimize the problem, or you can solve those problem using the latest techniques or anything which is built on the top of GenAI itself. So these are the things we are aware about it once we are visiting multiple forums, getting understanding or attending multiple conferences, just to get the view of others who cybersecurity professionals working in this field. Okay, going further with that, the future of GenAI. So the future of cybersecurity belongs to those who can leverage the power of GenAI. By understanding this technique and developing the right skill set, you can position yourself for rewarding career at the forefront of this exciting new frontier itself. So just to require that the prerequisites which we have discussed about it, those are the skill set you required it, and with that you can proceed further in this field itself and you can excel. But the thing is, if you want it without those things, you just want to get it started in GenAI, that's not feasible. Like you can do the stuffs up to some extent, not for all. So GenAI is not the foundation stuff which you can build it from the scratch. The foundation you have to build with these prerequisites, and then once you build with that, then only a GenAI can help you on it to enhance the skills and go to the next level. And now we come to the another section which we call as the additional notes. So consider specialize in a particular area of GenAI security, such as threat detection, security automation, and incident response. That's one of the thing. Like we just have to work in these sections for it using a GenAI security. Network with other GenAI security professionals through online communicate and conference to stay updated on the latest trends and best practices. Remember, GenAI is a tool. Human expertise in security strategies, decision making, and ethical consideration will remain crucial. So that's one, like even if you are getting a results from GenAI, but there was not 100% sure like the results which you are getting it from GenAI that is appropriate. It might be some error over there, or a false positive information you are getting it. So make sure you have an interaction of the human over there, so that we can correct that appropriately, not totally rely on GenAI. So these are the additional notes which I just want to get it cover. I think I have covered a lot of things about it and how exactly you can become a security professional if you want to start working in this field itself. If you're already be a professional in a market and want to switch from that zone to GenAI security, then in that case definitely these are the prerequisites which you have to be taking care of it before proceeding further with it. Make sure when you're working on it, take one problem statement, and then on the basis of that, when you're working on any problem statement, you can learn a lot of things. So in my case, when I'm working or try to learn something new, I'll definitely take one of the problem statement. On the basis of that, I'll try to work on it. By this way, I'm learning a lot as I want to solve that problem. To solve the problem, I'll just figuring out multiple forums for it. So there is no limitation at that time when I'm just trying to solve the problem. Okay. So that's all about this stuff which I just want to get it covered in this video. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel. This is just a view which I'm having it. I'm not saying that this is the ultimate thing and this is the Bible for you and you have to take care of these things only. But I think this is just a initial preference point which you have to be taking care of. If you're aware about these things, definitely you can start working in this field. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.